Let's go. Welcome to the Scott Outpost Investigators Podcast. I'm your host, Softy Mage. We got a host of co-hosts here today to talk about this Shiyu defense and Deadly Assault endgame of 2.6/2.7. We got our co-host Savadra.
Hello, hello.
Co-host Dio.
Yep, I exist.
And co-host that chap from Canada.
Hello, I still exist.
So today we're going to be talking about Season 44 of Shiyu Defense, Season 32 of Deadly Assault, and our off-topic is going to be 2.7 height, and are we Delulu for Angels of Delusion, that they're finally all out.
Woohoo.
So, what do you guys think of Shiyu Defense Season 44?
Wait 1 second. Let me check the notes. I'm being a little delusional right now. I'm trying to remember which one's which. It just changed. You can't.
Yes, I'll start then. I think the Shiyu is pretty fine. I am personally happy to see Jane Doe back in the field again. She was not too recent, but she was fairly recent, and as a Shiyu enemy in a couple of seasons ago. There was like that season with all the big doppelgangers, like Jane, Hugo, and Isolde. But I like fighting Jane. She's a fun enemy. Then other enemies come in the form of the Miasmic Thracian and the Hater. And I also had an okay time with those. It's been this cycle felt pretty chill overall in my eyes, but they always kind of feel chill because I kind of just have the ability to dispose whoever I need to onto the enemies and then just kind of have a good time.
Yeah, I really enjoyed the attack buff, I enjoyed the rupture buff, and I enjoyed the Aria buff.
Well, you know.
Anomaly has not struggled, at least on my end. So we're all good.
It's just funny to see like, wow, it's the Aria buff.
Yeah,
I never
that is
for in detail.
That is the thing I mentioned when they started this format. I was like, I had the inkling that I felt like it was going to lead the way for some more tailored buffs in the stages, and that is pretty much what has happened. Has not happened as much as I thought it would, because there's been a fair few cycles, this one included, where some of the stage buffs are like extremely generalist. Like the Jane stage buff is just attack increase, 30% attack increase, by the way, kind of insane. And then a bit of crit damage increase and stun damage multiplier increase. And that's not like bad for basically any attacker at all. Like any attacker can use that. Almost any rupture can use that well. They can use the crit damage and the stun damage multiplier. And then Anomaly can also just use the mega attack increase if they wanted to. So it's kind of just whatever, you know? It's a good stage buff. Also with Anomalies having the ability to use stunners now with Lycon and Nangong on the horizon. This damage multiplier also matters a little bit too. So Aria and other Anomaly agents able to use that to a lesser degree. It's pretty good. On the flip side, there's Room 2, which is the aforementioned Aria buff. And
yeah.
It's
still usable for
It's not the most chill thing.
Yeah, it's still Aria tailored, but it's not specifically the worst, or it's not the most tailored for her, because it's the second clause is still inflict an attribute anomaly to get 20 energy and increase attack by 35%. So it's still just really good for any anomaly overall.
Honestly, it works for either ether anomaly. which of course, being a Vivian haver and obsessant, I did perfectly fine.
Yeah, I'm sure you
Yeah.
did.
I said that kind of facetiously. You know, we've had significantly shillier buffs before.
Yeah.
So
Who was it? Yidhari had a crazy one.
yeah.
And I think Yushuan's entire existence was shield buffs. So
It's true. Yeah.
There's like a neat little video about that from R2.
Yeah, it's nice that it like, I said that facetiously, but you can tell it's still very much built for Arya.
Yeah. Like
I'm
it
just
is.
glad. I'm just glad that the Ether Veil shield got toned down now that Suna's not on the banner.
this is a bit of a ramble, but if we were to do like an ultimate chill, it would be a blooms done on field.
Yes,
That
oh
would
my
be the
God.
ultimate
Yeah.
chill. Because that way Vivian can't use it reasonably.
When
And
the character is the active character, a bloom damage increases by some amount. Would be the
Yeah.
clause probably.
it would either work with M6 Vivian or Arya. Which not many people have that first one.
Yeah, and no, Grace can take advantage of it.
Fair, but they're electric resist.
Oh yeah, I guess I didn't even think about that.
They simply ignore the resistance. It's a suggestion.
Bernice, I guess. But
Trust.
then you went into
Uh,
other hoops.
And then just a very quick note of the third stage buff. It is rupture focused, gives ice and ether damage and crit damage and sheer damage while in ether veil, which is good for Yidhari and Yishuan when used with Lucia or Zhao or Suna, I guess, if you're desperate. But also the fact that Hater is like fire weak makes it pretty decent to fight with Banyue and Monato. So all the Rupture's doing pretty good this on this floor. The Yidhari is going to do the best because she's kind of doubling up on the stage effects and the enemy weakness, but still pretty good for every Rupture.
I mean, either I need my Yidhari to work better for me on this stage, or my Yishwan is better, but that's probably because of the Void Hunter aspect. Because I did it twice, wanted to try it out.
I'm not gonna hold you, Softy. I saw your score. You posted it in the group chat, and I'm like, what is he feeding his Yidhari, and why is it not enough?
You need to farm something. I don't know what it is, but it's some.
Because I think with Yidhari and Lucia, that's one, her like best team combo because she does more things while being in Ether Veil to begin with, and two, it's like, I don't know, man. It just seems like she should be killing in one stun. My Yidhari might be just overall better built, but I played Yidhari Pan Lucia, so I didn't even have a stunner, and I still got 38k. So I'm just like really curious.
I'm looking over my Yidhari and fight at the moment.
My fight time took
builds.
2 minutes and 10 seconds, and I know that gap from like the 30s to the mid 40s is quite a lot because you got to save like a good 30 to 40 seconds on that, and that would probably happen if I used a stunner. I could try that right now. I might try that right now, but you can go ahead and. How do you feel about the Shiyu overall, Softy? Let's stop ragging on you a little bit.
So I did try basically all the Void Hunters against it, and then got the better score. But I did Yidhari on the third one just to get not do them all. But it didn't. It semi felt that way, but also you could definitely do it without all the Void Hunters on this one.
Hmm. Yeah. Having only one Void Hunter, I can safely say this is a very anti-Void Hunter friendly Shiyu. I feel like I could say that for a lot of the content, except for probably when Yeshongguang was on banner. But yeah, I think overall the like prospect of the Void Hunters are the best characters in the game does not equate to they are the most necessary characters in the game. Like I skipped 2 of them and I'm doing completely fine with
Yeah.
everything else.
Oh,
So,
absolutely. You can still clear, but having Yishun Guang right now is kind of just you hit a few buttons and you win.
yeah,
There's
and
too many
something I didn't really think about when the mode came out, but I might have mentioned this in a previous episode, but I like thought about it a bit more, and the format change for Shiyu overall has slowly over time felt more and more like pretty much no matter what the circumstances of the stage buff are, this is just a mode that favors Yishongguang in every single scenario that I could think of since it started.
He's such a it honestly feels like it's I don't know if anti-anomaly is the right word, but it feels like that to me.
They're just really trying to keep Miyabi in check for no reason.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Man,
Just watch next buff that has anything to do with ice weakness. It has minus 100 crit damage. If you are an anomaly agent.
I don't know.
Why? Because we hate you.
I think it's kind of lame to do that. Like, people like pulling fun, powerful characters, so I don't know. That's just a little lame to me.
Yeah.
I don't pull characters over power, so.
Yeah, but a lot of people do, so I just find it odd, I guess.
Fair. People likely will still complain no matter what.
Could we go back to Jane? I feel like Jane's stun window got like shortened even more.
Oh no, she has like a 2-second stun window no matter what you do. I'm gonna be so real. I have never been able to do like any good amount of disorders during that stun window.
Yeah. I feel like that fight is also kind of like, I know she wasn't made in the Ye Xiongguang era, but that fight just kind of feels Ye Xiongguang filled because, you just ignore the stun multiplier 90% of the time. So
Honestly, I feel like she's the replacement to the frog. That's what I always called him.
Yeah.
The physical fire weak, usually frog, to where his stun window is just non-existent, and he's a slippery character or a slippery boss.
Yeah, is that the Terror Raptor or?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
I always forget the names, so I just say what they look like.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, Jane's she's slippery, but I think less frustrating than Terror Raptor, if that's the comparison you're making. Sure. I think she's I feel like, yeah, she's I'm struggling to articulate, bro.
A skill issue.
Skill issue. It is a skill issue. I keep not being on these and I forgot. I don't know. She's we've had more difficult Janes. I don't remember when it was. It was like a couple.
It could have been Alice release.
Yeah, I don't remember exactly when, but I remember one Jane that was like particularly nasty. I don't know what they did, like the miasma shield was really strong, and she just would not stagger no matter what you did.
Could have just
It
been
might have been
timing,
that.
though.
Maybe. But I remember everyone kind of being like, damn, this Jane's got hands.
Yeah, it's definitely still just hard overall. I am partial to that type of thing, but I like as a whole, like the aggression that she has during the miasma shield is like I think pretty controllable. It's really only the first move where it's like the cue for the wind up seems like harder to see because the screen kind of tints itself in red, and
Yeah.
the eye flash that she has that would normally be at least the cue that I use for when she's about to do her like triple sweep thing, that's like diluted because of the background. So that could probably be like feedback I give them, the Zenless devs. But yeah, like as a whole, like once you fight it enough, you kind of just get used to it. You find a pattern and you can stick with it.
I think the best way to describe this whole Shiyu is that it's fun, but it's kind of like John Shiyu defense, you know? This is like pretty standard. Nothing to like be mad about or anything like that. Just it's the John Shiyu. We got everyone's here. It's Smash Ultimate of Shiyu defense.
True. Also, I did the run that I mentioned I would do, where I swapped out Pan for M0 dial-in on Steam Oven, and I got 41.6, which is a like 4K increase. I could have gotten probably like 44 if I had the wherewithal to get the third ult in the stun, but I might just lab that and go for that a little more later. But like, yeah, you use Jafufu, right, Softy?
Yeah.
With your Yutari?
Yeah.
I feel I might need to look over your Yutari and help you out a little bit. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah, we'll do that later.
I mean, I got 34k with Lycon, so with Lycon Yutari.
That's pretty good.
And
I'm trying to get a good score.
I believe in you.
That one is definitely the hardest out of the group for me.
Because you're ruptureless, right?
I'm
Ruptureless and all anomaly, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah, Hater, I guess would be tough for accounts that don't have rupture. I guess I should also mention the first wave is really annoying if you don't have a dedicated grouping agent with like
I might have to use my Yuzuha on my Miyabi. Instead of on Alice.
I kind of did forget about that. That is something interesting. There's a lot of dudes in the first wave with
it's a really big small wave.
That's small wave.
That's a weird sentence.
But the Fiend, I think it is. Yeah, the Ruthless Fiend. He's just so big, and he takes up so much of the space that is really difficult to group the little guys behind them, even with like Nicole or Yuzuha. And even then, it's a rupture buff, so like you don't want to be using those.
Yeah, with Yutari, you're able to like start spinning at him, and then she has like the magnetism to drag all the little guys in there, and then they kind of just get taken out by the Ether Veil EX tentacles, is what I've experienced. But
yeah, my big thing is
hard.
that it's kind of reliant on the Fiend to cooperate, because if you group up, you go behind him, group them up, and he just decides to run in, then he breaks up the group, and then you're forced to like chase down the rest of them, which That's pretty annoying. I
Yeah.
remember dealing with that. That's kind of the big thing I remember. I forgot about it until it just got brought up, because Hater itself is also really, like, if you don't have Rupture, it can be pretty tough to deal with. Just because he's so tanky and the buff aligns with it.
Oh, don't worry, guys. I'm gonna throw the Hugo Dial-In Zhao into it for the Ether Veil crit damage, and it'll work. Don't worry, it'll work.
We'll get there.
I just can't wait for the
I am curious about that, but
Zhao's W engine disc set.
yeah, the new disc set, because the we can actually talk about that now, because the special program happened since the previous episode, so we can actually talk about that. But yeah, there's gonna be a new disc set, a new 2 disc sets even, and one of them is basically the Zhao signature set, and also just really good for defense, period. Because
Caesar's back, not clickbait.
I need to make a comment about my wallet and that second one, because what that disc set tells me about the future is terrifying.
Yeah, the second set is kind of wild.
There's going to be some sort of ice agent that does a bloom. More than likely, anomaly. Unless they make an attacker a bloom. I don't know. But, like...
Well, they made
It's gonna be a bit of a time. There's a lot of speculation going on in the community right now, but we'll see as it goes. It'll be...
My wallet
cool
doesn't
to find out.
do so hot.
I believe in your wallet.
Especially if they decide to rerun Vivian because there's something involving a blooms around.
I haven't really looked at the new disc sets. I don't know. I'm kind of in a lull with like Nangong, so I didn't really pay attention to the special program. I got my polychromes for looking at it.
Understandable. You just can go over it very quickly, but the discs in general are the Bunny in Wonderland, which is the defense focus set, has 2 piece of HP, 4 piece of the equipper needs to be a defense character, and then when they launch an EX special or when anyone triggers defensive or evasive, you can get up to 3 stacks of damage percent, up to 18%, which basically just means Protopunk is completely irrelevant on defense agents with this set now, which is a shame, but this thing is just Protopunk plus 3% and also nearly infinite uptime, but also scaling HP for the 2-piece, so you put it on Zhao for the thing, and you can probably get enough subs to get ER6 on Zhao a lot more reliably with this set. And then the other set is Notes from the Chained, which is 2-piece ice damage and 4-piece equipper triggers a bloom, increasing their anomaly proficiency by 48. When the equipper triggers freeze, all attribute anomaly damage and disorder damage increases by 16, which is a really strong set, I think. Even if it's not for specifically the other anomaly agents, I feel like if it's going to be I think the bloom aspect of it is gonna be a lot more versatile than probably people think it'll be. The freeze part will not, but there's also the question of whether or not the all attribute anomaly damage and disorder damage will be good for Miyabi or not. That's a thing that's probably going to be a hot topic for a while.
Yeah.
But that's
Rip
all
Protopunk.
people say. Yeah, Rip Protopunk. I
Jeez.
like Protopunk as a set, and I still use it for other like stun agents, and specifically on like Hugo teams, and like my current set on Zhao is a 27k HP ER6 Protopunk set, just because I rolled so many HP rolls on the set. So I'm probably not changing to Bunny in Wonderland for a while, but we'll see how it goes.
That's really unfortunate because Protopunk did have a bit of a niche before, but since that's been revealed, that's like you have no reason to go after it at all. The only like it's a byproduct of like going for chaos jazz now, even though it kind of already was. But like, if you got a good disc, you might as well have kept it. There's just no reason to keep it.
I'm not gonna name names, but there's also like the chaos jazz might also just be falling out of favor, just outright, as like even for Bernice and Yanagi, the anomaly agents that it quote would have been useful for. It's not looking too hot for that domain. That domain might be the first actual domain where it's just completely bricked.
Irrelevant.
Yeah, even though I know this is like we're supposed to be talking about Shiyu, but like most of those cleanups do have a disc that you're after. Usually, like probably the worst one, Madman and Follower. I'm looking at it right now, which is
Let me go over there.
which is Puffer Electro and Inferno Metal. Puffer is very niche.
I would be very surprised if it wasn't just the Soul Rock one, the Woodpecker Soul Rock.
It's Woodpecker.
Because I definitely still play the Puffer and Inferno set very often for both of those sets.
Yeah, let's be real, Soul Rock is useless. But Puffer Electro does still have a if you need just that tiny extra bit of crit rate, it's got its niche. It's important though because these new discs being introduced will probably incentivize them to push up the strength of late game modes even more. Like
I'm not gonna lie though. Sharp Fang and Blunt X is being kept alive by how strong Freedom is.
it's true.
Kind of true.
I have never seen a polar metal in my life.
You have not seen my Ellen.
Ellen's in the game.
I know, right? It's whack.
Yeah, I've been farming Gunslinger and First Guardian a lot just for... I need some better pieces for Phantom Melody, and then I've been trying to get a little bit of better Shadow Harmony pieces for my Harmasa, but it's been a slow ride.
I was playing that for a while. I was playing that for a while.
B&B on Zhuyan. I don't know how much I trust your builds.
Branch and Blade GN isn't too bad. You just also really need good crit subs on those, like crit rate subs, to make up the lack of Woodpecker, excuse me. Unless you're using like Woodpecker 4-piece or Shadow Harmony. But with Dial In, you're able to use like Puffer Electro, and that just makes it really hard.
Oh, I was talking about the 4-piece.
Oh. Wait, what?
Yeah.
I used to run that.
Yep.
What?
The 4-piece Branch and Blade on Zhu?
Yeah, it is specifically good only depending on what your subset roll. And there's a very niche team you can run with Miyabi Zhuyuan, which is really
I've actually tried. I'm trying my Zhuyan on that set, and I just haven't gotten it yet. Haven't gotten her to do her thing yet, but because I saw that a while ago, that set, and I was like, that sounds interesting. I'll try it. So, but I just still need to get some better pieces.
You know, it's It's not often it happens, but you surprised me. The guy who is very much just completely about experimenting everything. So I had no idea that was a thing people did. I'm gonna have to look into that.
You just gotta get them.
Don't
mastery.
misconstrue it.
Well, no, I'm not gonna misconstrue it as like it's gonna be quote good or like the best for her, but that's still interesting. Like, I like that kind of stuff.
And like it mostly came from a byproduct of like farming for Miyabi.
It's just a good domain, so like I get it. It's just not something I've thought of before. That's cool. I like it when people play the game differently and have a different idea. It's nice.
Yeah.
We kind of been rambling for a bit. We should probably move on to the next.
Yep. Let's get back to the defense, or not defense. Let's get back to the end game of Deadly Assault now. But before we do that, a word from our sponsor. Have you been to 404 Era Studio lately? Word on the street is they reopened, and one of the gigs to play there is Angels of Delusion. Are you looking for tickets? Well, do we have a deal for you? Show that you like and subscribe to our channel and you can get 10% off your next ticket purchase. Thank you 404 Era for sponsoring today's podcast.
Ooh, go Angels.
Go Angels. Now let's go back to season... Oh my goodness. Going back to my notes. Season 32 of Deadly Assault. I am so glad I want to start this out that there's no Ether Veil in the buffs.
Yeah, we just have to fight Thrall.
Hey, Thrall ain't too bad.
Oh, it's the bane of my existence. What do you mean?
Okay, now, in fairness to you, you have Miyabi and, like...
Fair.
Who else?
I am able to make it work.
Yeah, who would you be using with your Miyabi if you use your own Thrall?
Probably throwing in a Yuzu to try and force the way... Or, no, probably Astra. Thinking about it. I don't know who I'd side it with. Maybe Vivian for extra power to get through shit.
Like, I did try proper Mono Ice just for the sake of it, and like the way you have to play Thrall with Miyabi overall is weird, but it's still like it's still doable. So I think you're okay. At least I think
I'm
you're
okay. It's just uncomfortable.
Yeah, I can get behind that. On the topic of the buffs, yes, no Ether Veil at the cost of Psychics exists and is just a continuation of Blazing Sweep from the previous cycle, in that it's all of the same conditions, but some of the values changed, and specifically the focus on the Ether Res was changed, and also more attacks besides just chain attack get more anomaly buildup, and bloom damage increase was also put up a little bit. So it is even more properly tailored to Arya, but by consequence it is also even more properly tailored to Vivian. In that it's a pretty substantial difference over, like, if you have either one of them. Like, specifically Arya, it makes sense, but for Vivian, like, I've tried Vivian anomaly teams with it versus harnessing change, and depending on the team and how often you're able to get off of blooms, it is better. And I mostly think it's better for, like, Jane, Alice, and Piper all paired with Vivian. And I guess also, like, if you play Bernice with Vivian, but into Fiend, that's not a great idea.
Yeah, no, Bernice isn't super great into Fiend as a general, but you know that.
I would know that.
Speaking of Bernice, I've been seeing a lot of Critnice as of recent.
Yeah, so this cycle has Pompeii, and Pompeii is very cool in that He has a super low amount of HP, and my Bernice, with my crit Bernice lighter Yuzuha team, is scoring almost 50k with harnessing change, and it's very awesome. And I love this guy. He needs to come back around more often.
It's the return of the king. It feels super weird fighting a boss from like 1.x because you feel the difference in how these bosses are designed.
Well,
Yeah.
I think you could tell the difference because there's not that many gimmicks. It's just a fight.
It's just a good old fashioned scrap.
Yeah.
I
Like
love it.
I fight 2.x box and then 2.x fights, and it's like, okay, I guess I gotta wait here for 20 seconds. Sure, you got that with Pompeii, but it's like, I actually know when that's gonna happen in terms of score, and I'm basically already done with the fight, and I'm so close to clearing. With Fiend, it's like, okay, so about 140 in, I've got to wait 23 seconds for everything to go through, and I can't hurt her at all in the middle of it.
Yeah, and
The
then
fun part about it for Pompeii is that it's also manipulable. Like, the design is more open, so you can actually get around the invulnerable phase, and that's not as common for season 2 bosses. There's
I didn't know that
some
existed in
example,
season 2.
like the biggest example I can talk about for season 2 is around like delaying priest's miasma for a second stun after it's like after the purple mural summon. That's like the biggest example of it, but
That's not
it's
really-
not as flexible, and
It's not
you're
really
still going to
stopping
get
it.
the miasma phase. Yeah,
Yeah, it's just a bit of luck and a bit of good stun, a bit of good day's luck. And at least that's how it's been described to me. That it's mostly luck at that point.
also like the nightmare thing where if you get enough days before the initial queue of the control skill, you can wait for nightmare to change into miasma state before the control skill and thus chip down the shield super fast
Oh.
with the parries. That also
Okay.
that
I
one
was
is
unsure.
more open because you're like routing around the mechanic of the fight. That's going to happen regardless.
I did not know that one because I do not want to be around Nightmare.
That's fair. But yeah,
No, thank you.
Pompeii is just a lot more mechanically open and also simple, but still a fun, aggressive fight, and I love it. And my Bernice has gotten the good amount of exercise this cycle, and I might be posting a video if I can find the route to 50k.
But in summary, as far as I know, Fiend is Fiend. If you have Alice, it's easy. If not, well, you're gonna have to figure something out. Or Piper.
I'm Jane.
True.
Jane's a character. I thought that was a support.
That's true. I mean, she's doing fine. I don't know. She's holding up better than I think people give her credit for. Still kind of an Alice support though.
Yeah.
Honestly, if she does get a rework at some point, I hope they lean into that a little more. Like, make her more of like a weird, can be off-field or on-field anomaly, you know? Basically just give her the, what is it, the, her
They
Hall
do
of
the-
Heroes
they
stuff.
do- They do the regular bloom thing, but they give it like a really good ratio for physical.
Wait, I'm
Yeah.
sorry. Who are we talking about?
Jane.
Jane.
Okay, I was making sure. I was there until the bloom came up. I'm like, wait a second.
Well,
She
they
has her
buffed
crits,
when
so
they
that was
buffed
before
anomaly
Bloom.
characters. They just gave her a bloom. They just gave Grace and Bernice and a bloom and said, "Yep, there's your buff."
Okay, yeah, that
Uh,
that makes sense.
And hey, I mean,
they
so
do
far
some
it's working.
changes and just say, "Here's on a bloom."
So far it's working. Jane or Grace has been a really good backup against Vesper before I had Arya.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I ended up trying Arya Grace, thanks to a friend, and it was like it plays super well. Like it's such a fun team. Makes me wish I had Arya, but I'm getting her on the rerun, and surely by that time I will definitely have Grace.
surely.
Definitely.
Nope. I'm preying on your downfall.
Oh, how could you?
You would.
I would. I am. And I will continue.
I am so sad at this information.
I still want to try Fiend and doing the Angel's Delusion dance the whole time. I've seen that go on and still have yet to try it. But then again, I do like my Vivian Jane team against Yuzuha team against Fiend. So
yeah, we gotta we've been yappersing.
That's what we do.
That's where all the fun is.
And then, yeah, I don't know. The buffs seem pretty good. It's, I don't know. We have our attack, we have our anomaly, or sorry, we have our attack, we have our rupture, and we have our Arya buff. You know.
I honestly don't think
anomaly.
I honestly don't think that harnessing change is good for rupture. Like,
it's good for It's good for Yijuan in specific.
It is good for Yishuan. I guess it's also good for Rupture if you're playing them with Dial In. But it's kind of just a... Like, I think it's more so just you get a free Puffer Electro, which really just means if you're playing with Dial In on any attacker team, then it's kind of just goated. Otherwise, like, it's not versatile enough that you would be able to, like, reasonably use it without that caveat. And, like, you can't really use Heart Crusher on anyone except, like, Seed, Soldier 11, or Zhuyan. Because that's focused on basic attacks and also attack agents specifically. So you can't use it on Rupture agents either. And it's just kind of like the Ruptures are kind of out of commission this cycle, from what I can tell. Like, I've seen a lot of things in this cycle. I've been very active this cycle. I have been seeing a lot of, like, kills with pretty much any agent you can think of for Pompeii. With, like, Banyue and Yishuan and Hugo and even Soldier 11. I'm not going to be able to do it with my Bernice, but I know someone else has done it with a pretty high investment Bernice team. I think it's like 13 cost or something. But yeah, like, it's the bosses are flexible enough that you can still use Rupture. Thrall, interestingly enough, has had a stage mechanic change, and I think we also mentioned this in the Threshold episode, but I'm going to go over again briefly just in case people missed the memo. But beforehand, when Thrall was introduced, and until, like, the last cycle he was in since the end of 2.4, start of 2.5, the stage mechanic before involving self-sacrifice, which was the thing he got whenever Thrall and Sobek swapped their, like, summon turns. Before, it would be an increase in stun damage multiplier. But now, every stack of self-sacrifice reduces the Thrall's defense. So it is, one, worse off for Rupture overall because they're not able to get any benefit from any defense reduction, defense shreds, anything like that. And two, it's far better for Ye Shengguang because it is no longer overcapping her Veil vulnerability multiplier, which is like her stun damage multiplier thing. That's her whole mechanic.
Mhm.
So, yeah, like ruptures are worse off for Thrall, but I have still been seeing Yidhari and actually just Yidhari score pretty much as high as like every Ellen clear that I've seen. And I've also been seeing a ton of Ellen clears for Thrall because it's just extremely good for her. The defense shred stacking with Myriad Eclipse on Ellen is just great. Dial in Astra, dial in Zhao, lighter Astra.
I'd like to also point out that since
Just
Lycon got his buffs, Lycon's been tremendous in this fight.
Also, yeah, the
like
doing the damage while like Lycon's potential encircle prey state is active, you're able to pretty reliably get 2 stuns before the summon if you're quick enough with it. Definitely one stun at least, but like,
and then also his passive of even further increasing how much damage you do to the stun. If you have the the ultimate one that increases the stun damage and Lycon, you can get up to 300% of the Thrall during the stun window, which is kind of absurd.
yeah, it's very cool.
If you wanted to, you could even like go full meme and run Lycon trigger as well and get that extra 25%. Like I would recommend it, but that would be funny.
You did show me, Savadra, that Ellen's on the higher food chain than Yidhari.
I did do that. played a couple PvPs, and my Ellen is outscoring some Yidharis. It's very nice. My current highest score is 42k with Ellen, Dylan, Zhao, because I have to have my Astra on the Fiend in order to get the highest score I can there, and my Yuzaha is reserved for Pompeii for my crit Bernice. But yeah, it's been a great time overall. I have again been very active this cycle, and I have also tried my Soldier 11 on Pompeii. But my Soldier is only potential 2, and I think that's crippling me a little bit because it's not scoring nearly as high. I think I've only gotten like 37k with my Soldier 11, but I also am weird and have my Soldier 11 on Dawn's Bloom. So it's definitely a time. Heart Crusher might not be as useful for her because of that.
Still need to level up my Soldier to try her out.
A little bit of a subtopic there, but the buffs have been really nice every time I've seen them. If you've got all their potential, I still haven't gotten Soldier, and I still haven't gotten Haru's buffs, but like Lycon's has been tremendous. He was already good, and they're just like, you know what? We're gonna throw him another bone, and it's just been. He's been great with Yadar. He's been great with Ellen. I'm sure he's still great with Hugo. We could,
Yeah.
dual reliable mono ice. I'm sure that's incredible.
Yep.
It's just nice. It's nice seeing these older agents do things again.
Characters are staying relevant, which is weird. They do need newer agents to work, but so does everyone else.
It is a good thing.
The support classes still reign supreme.
Like, of the agents that I think would probably fare the worst this cycle, like, I can't even really say Sanbi is doing bad this cycle, because, like, I've seen an impressive number of runs on Thrall and Pompeii with Sanbi, and she's also doing good for what is the double resistance in that regard. but those are like sort of more of a suggestion than not. I think the agents that are suffering the most, though, in this cycle are Chingy, Trigger, and A-Rank Envy, by virtue of said resistance, and also the fact that the stun not being too fast, and all of these buffs, well, okay, not all of these buffs, but harnessing change being focused around stun damage multiplier, it's not a great combination for them. But those are like really the only 3 agents that I can say with real certainty are struggling in this cycle, and everything else is kind of just doing pretty good. And that's a good thing, I think. Good cycle.
Thumbs up. Bueno. Other, I don't know. Other things.
Bueno.
Good soup. Good soup.
With that, I think we can go into our off topics of 2.7 hype. What do you guys think of the recent showcase of the new patch?
Of the patch overall, I was fairly indifferent about it beyond the story. I'm excited for the story. I'm also very excited for both of the characters because one, Nangong Yu, Ether Stunner. I have wanted an Ether Stunner for a very long time. And 2, Cecilia. They just really up and went and made a second outer ring blonde girl, and she's just extremely hot, and I don't know what to say about it. Like, it's just not fair, and it's targeting me in particular.
I think that's all you need to say. I don't think anyone wants to hear how you would go further into that topic.
It's just not fair, man. But I'm excited, and think it's going to be a pretty decent patch. I don't remember any of the events that particularly stood out to me, except for they usually do a Chronicle event, and they're doing another Chronicle event, and this event will have a new stun W engine, and I think it'll be very interesting to have a new A rank option that is viably competitive with Steam Oven. Sorry.
Oh god. Something else to build.
Yeah, that's what I said too. I was like, wait, I only have enough mats to build 1 engine, and I need enough to build 3. This is
I'm already spending all my what's it called? All my battle pass to get engine materials. What am I gonna do?
Yeah, I should have probably found more engine mats, because that a lot of engines are coming out where need them or not need them, just need to level them up.
I'm glad the engine's better than the defense and the free defense engine we got.
Real projector.
No,
but you can shred miasma faster, guys. Like, listen. The vision I saw, and I'm pretty sure this is the dev's vision, but the vision I saw was you use real projector on Zhao while playing Zhao with Ye Shengguang, and with the added miasma shred that her enlightened mind state has, and the extra miasma shred that real projector gives, you're basically able to defeat the primordial nightmares miasma shield in one go. I'm pretty sure that's the vision.
That's certainly a vision. I don't know if I see it.
Yeah,
I don't know for sure because I don't have Ye Shengguang, but if anyone is able to test that out and let me know in the comments, that would be fantastic, because I'm curious.
I'll let you know after my
certainly
Hidari,
be funny,
because I do have them all leveled up.
Uh-huh.
After you look at my Hidari, I'll try it out for you, Savadra.
Oh, cool.
One thing I did like
Oh.
is that the events are not like all clumped into one. They're all like separate of each other. So it's
Listen, that was novel in the first place. Like, I think that's sort of the one big issue I have with Angels of Delusion this patch 2.6. They put everything in one section, and I'm just like, I can't deal with it.
It's just also
Yeah, I did.
random.
I did notice that the Chronicle event for 2.6 had like it had mostly the same thing, but it was also kind of what they did with the what's it called? The Day of Brilliant Wishes last year, which was the uh Gilded Carrot Day thing for Astra's banner, where it was like the Marcel Maze thing. I wish that was its own standalone mode in the arcade.
Yes.
Again,
What?
I want it to be a full mode that I can just play at any time
Oh, that's
because
not
I love
that's not
platformers.
that's not
But-
what I was thinking of.
But it's like everything for the Chronicle event was like there were 3 separate things including that in the Chronicle event, and it's like kind of easy to forget about. And it's
Also,
like,
the rhythm game, my fingies are not made to do rhythm games. I have like
I
a 70%
surprisingly-
accuracy.
I surprisingly really liked this rhythm game. It was definitely harder than the last one that they did a little bit ago, but I'm very satisfied with that.
If it gets any more difficult next time, yeah, I'm not getting this polychrome.
Unfortunately for me, I have to lock in. So like,
Yeah, I like literally before the podcast, I remembered like I've been taking not a break, but I've been busy with other stuff in ZZZ. So I've been taking a bit of a I've been putting ZZZ on a bit of a back burner, and I was like, oh, these rewards are going away today. I have to do the rest of the rhythm event stuff, and I also have to do the photo event because I still haven't done that. So I'm going to do that basically immediately after the podcast later today.
Yeah, you better
But,
get those photos.
But so, yeah, in terms of 2.7, which was our original topic, like I would have to look back through the special program for it, but in particular on being a fan of the Angels or not, I overall can say yes, I'm a fan of the Angels. I had initial dislike for specifically Suna's design when I first saw her in her drip marketing, but I enjoyed the story in 2.6. I'm looking forward to the story in 2.7. Curious how Nangong's going to fit into that, but I do also just like Arya and Nangong as characters, and given I'm looking forward to and will be pulling Nangong, she's probably my favorite angel at this point. Something else though, I'm also a fan of the the alternative idol group in 404. Their
You mean
name
Bochi the
escapes
Rock?
me. Yeah, that one. But their name kind of escapes me right now. But yeah, I like those NPCs. Those NPCs are fun to see around 6th Street.
Listen,
Yeah.
I just calls them as I sees them in this case.
me when I calls them as I see them. For me, I don't know.
Okay, they are the forecasters. I was making sure. All right, go ahead. Sorry.
I'm kind of unconvinced. I don't know. I wasn't really the biggest fan, and I'm still kind of
Biggest
not.
fan. Bang Boo reference. Sorry.
You're so right. You're so right. Yeah, it's like They're fine. I the only one I really liked was Arya because I like cool robot. But then after I pulled her, I realized, man, I really should not have pulled her because I do not have Sutta. So
I just gotta ask, like, are her weapons morning stars or flails?
Oh, non-guns?
Yeah.
Great question.
Why are they both?
Because it's cool.
it's the rule of
It is pretty cool.
Yeah, no, honestly, I was completely sold with her on the marketing. Like, even before everything, I was like, okay, mace. I like maces. Oh, they're morning stars. Fair. Now they're flails? What's going on?
They're flailing stars.
Yeah.
Stars.
I didn't
I
like
will beat
Nangong. Or sorry.
Hi.
I didn't like Suna. I'm not like enamored with Nangong's personality. The only one I thought was cool was Arya, especially her interactions with Banyue in the story. So I think that's cool. But
Yeah.
and then after I pulled her, I'm like, wow, this is just an attack agent, but they flavored her as an anomaly agent. Neat.
They had to keep on doing that.
Yeah.
Well, I pulled Suna
Feel.
just because I needed another support for Yi Shunguan because I heard that she was the best for her. And then I was like, I'm going to get Arya because I like the disc set. And then now I'm going to need to get Nangguan, and I don't know if I have the polychrome for that. I'm hoping so.
Do not worry, I already have Nangong Yu. I don't know what they're talking about, like she's not on banner right now. I already have her. What are we talking about?
Yeah, man. Congratulations. I'm proud of you.
Yeah, sad for Vivian. Enjoy yours.
No, it's for Vivian. What do you mean?
I think the Angels are interesting in that they are very clearly well-oiled machine, like in terms of being the best for each other. But I think it's also pretty cool that they don't strictly need each other to work, and that's still pending Nangong coming out because she is looking very powerful for not just Angels as a team, but for the Anomaly landscape as a whole, given her entire thing is introducing stun for Anomaly, but also leveraging Anomaly damage in stun in such a way that it's going to be really good.
Yeah.
It's like basically what Chap said with it being attackers, or like giving Anomaly the ability to feel like attackers. It will be interesting, but I think as it currently stands, I don't predict that Nangong will change it so drastically that they'll be mandatory for Anomaly.
I think the problem is that anomalies won't feel like attackers. It's more so anomalies will have more of a stun window to work with. Because anomalies already tried to work around the stun window. They're not really changing how the class operates, and they're not really going to change how it feels. They're just going to change its damage potential.
Yeah.
Because in terms of that, they've already worked around that sort of area.
Yeah.
Also, I am threatening you with violence for that pun.
Okay, man. That was like 2 minutes ago.
Listen, I was letting you speak.
He's letting you speak, not letting you cook. There's a difference.
Yeah.
I am the wilted rose emoji right now. If you got to this point in the video, please comment wilted rose emoji.
Wow, we're forming engagement.
That we are.
Gotta keep up the grind set.
It'll be very soul crushing when exactly one person does exactly that thing. But it'll be
Yeah.
great nonetheless because we will know that viewer is special.
I make no further comment.
You wouldn't.
I would.
And those
Yes,
were
we
the
will.
special viewers that did make it to the end. Let's go to the outro. Savadra, where can we find you?
You can find me on Twitch at twitch.tv/Savadra and occasionally on YouTube at youtube.com/@Savadra. I am also the co-owner for the Battle Hub Discord server, which is the English community's PvP server. I'm also around some various small streamer communities and some other fairly big streamer communities. Kete, Muzzy, R2, Zenpai, the works. We
The
are.
entirety of Celeste.
I'm also a Celeste player. Yes, I was on Games Done Quick the other day. If I can quickly promote that, but I did a speed run on Games Done Quick the other day. I would advise you to watch it if you think it's cool, but that's all I'll leave it at. And yeah, otherwise I just kind of do things. You can find me.
Dio, where can we find you?
Either Zenless fights on YouTube or Twitch if I ever stream there. God knows when. I sure don't. I just like to make people fight each other in their fun, silly little gacha game, and then I gain the spoils.
Gain the spoils is a crazy way to phrase that.
Yeah, tell me how I'm wrong. Oh wait,
Well, I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm saying it's a crazy way to phrase that.
listen, I'm an RPG player. You think I'm gonna not phrase it like that?
Chap, where can we find you?
You can find me at the aforementioned Battle Hub's Discord server. I mean, you'll find me at other places too, but that's the main one.
Softy.
You can find me on YouTube and also the Battle Hub Discord server as a moderator. All right, peace out.
See ya.
Take care. Bye-bye.